Hello with everyone, my name is Jefferson Farinango, and in this occasion I'm going to explain the following topic, that is the difference and similarities between verbals in English and Spanish language. Okay, first I'm going to start with a little introduction about this topic. Okay, and the verbals refers to noun conjugated forms or verbs that do not indicate specific tense, persons, or numbers. And in grammar, verbs are verbal categories that are used in different ways depending on the context and language. Okay, Benitez 2022 highlights that there are 5 types of verbs. We have the infinitive present and infinitive past. We have the gerund, we have the present participle and past participle. Okay, continue. I want to start with the first part, that is the infinitive, the present infinitive. Okay, the present infinitive in English is the base form of the verb, usually preceded by to. For example, to eat, to run, to speak. And the present infinitive in Spanish is the base form of the verb ending in r, er, or ir. For example, comer, correr, hablar, and another examples. The difference is the infinitives are not used directly after prepositions. The gerund is used instead. Okay, the infinitive is not used directly for commands or suggestions. For example, in English, when the subject of the infinitive is different from the main verb, an object, pronoun, or noun is used before the infinitive. For example, I want him to go. And in Spanish, a subordinate clause with an conjugated verb is used instead of the infinitive. For example, quiero que él vaya. Okay? And the similarities is both can be expressed as noun in both English and Spanish, and both serve to express purpose. Okay, continue. We have the past infinitives. The past infinitive in English is formed using to have followed by the past participle of the verb. For example, to have spoken, to have eaten, to have lived. And the past infinitive in Spanish is formed using the verb haber in its past infinitive form, haber plus past participle of the verb. For example, haber hablado, haber comido, haber vivido. Okay, the difference of this topic is its verb structure is different that I mentioned. For example, in English, used to have followed by the past participle of the verb, and in Spanish it used the verb haber in its past infinitive form followed by the past participle of the verb. And the similarities is to indicate previous actions in both English and Spanish. The past infinitive is used to indicate actions that occur before another action in the past. Okay, continue. We have the gerunds, and the gerunds are created by adding ing to the end of verbs. Like infinitives, they have the ability to function as noun and perform various functions in a sentence, and they can act as subject complements, direct or indirect object of a verb, and preposition objects. Gerund in English the verb form ending in ing. For example, swimming, running, and reading. And the gerund in Spanish the verb form ending in ando for verbs in ar, or yendo for verbs in er or ir. For example, nadando, corriendo, leyendo. And the difference is after prepositions. For example, in English, the gerund is used in passive constructions, but in Spanish, the gerund is not used in passive construction, and other verb forms are preferred. And each language has its own idiomatic construction that use the gerund in a unique way. Okay, and the similarities is in both English and Spanish, the gerund is used to express actions that are occurring at the moment of continued action, and in both languages, the gerund can function as a noun and occupy noun-like positions in the sentence. Okay, and continue. We have the present participle. The present participle in English is a verb form that ends in ing and is derived from the base form. It is mainly used to form continuous tense and as an adjective. For example, speaking, running, reading. And the present participle in Spanish is a verb for ending in ente or iente, and it's mainly used as an object to describe characteristics of peoples, objects, or situations. For example, hablante, corriente, and ardiente. The difference in English, the present participle ing is used after preposition to indicate the action in progress, and in Spanish, the infinity is preferred after prepositions. Okay, and in English, the present participle is used in the formation of the passive voice, and in Spanish, the past participle is used for the passive voice, and the present participle is used as an adjective. In English, sometimes the present participle can function as a noun, but it is less common and is generally used more as an adjective. And in Spanish, the present participle is mainly used as an adjective and less frequently as a noun. And the similarity is as an adjective. In both English and Spanish, the present participle is used as an adjective to describe characteristics or qualities of people, object, or situation. And it is used in both languages to form continuous tense, indicating an action in progress at a specific time. Okay, continue. We have the last. This is past participle, and the past participle in English, the past participle is a verb form used to form the perfect tense, the passive voice, as an adjective, and it is formed by adding ed to the verb stem or regular verb. For example, we have the spoken, eaten, and live. And we have the past participle in Spanish is a verb form used mainly to form the compound tense, such as the preterite perfect compound and the passive voice, and in this form by adding ado for verbs in are or ido for verbs in or ir to the verb stem. For example, hablado, comido, vivido. The difference is in English, past participle of regular verbs are formed by adding ed to the verb stems. For example, talk and work. And past participle of irregular verbs have specific forms, for example, spoken, eating. In Spanish, the past participle are formed by adding ado for verbs in are or ido for verbs in or ir to verb stems, for example, hablado, comido. And used in verb tense. In English, mainly used in compound tense, such as the preterite perfect, have spoken, but also in the passive voice as an adjective. And in Spanish, in addition to the compound tense, the past participle is used in the preterite past, at the hablado, and other compound verb forms. And similarities of this is in both English and Spanish, past participle are used to form compound tense, such as the preterite perfect. And in both languages, past participle are used to form the passive voice. Okay. The next, we have the important aspects. We have two important aspects. The first is understanding the formation or use of verbal in English and Spanish is crucial to correct grammatical application in both languages. While the basic functions may be similar, the difference in formation and usage after proposition are key to mastering both languages. And the second important aspect is Knowing how verbal are formed in each language is fundamental to correctly construction verb tense and phrase. The structure and endings change, which is essential for language learning. Okay, and continue. We have the reference that used to make this presentation and explication about this topic. And this is all of my presentation. Thank you for watching the video and goodbye.